Hey everybody, it's your girl Polly. I guess I'll start by saying that there will be timestamps in the comments section in case you want to skip through my commentary or any of the clips that you've seen before. As you may know, Natureboy has a body count. And no, it's not all the men and women he slept with that I'm talking about. Today, I will actually be speaking on the tragic death of Mama Dia, another fatality resulting from Eligio's refusal to get the members' medical attention. Much like Zoca and Soular's baby, Mama Dia's death could have been avoided. In this video, we're going to explore Eligio's ideology about not needing medical care, unless, of course, he needs help with another one of his rotten thumbsucker teeth. We will hear this numbskull Natureboy's misinterpretation of the B6 diet and the bad advice he gave Mama Dia that made her stop taking her heart meds. I'll also show you all of the lies and contradictions Natureboy told live to cover up his culpability in Mama Dia's death, along with a statement from her daughter about how horribly he treated her in the midst of mourning the loss of her mother. I'm going to give you undeniable proof about Mama Dia's failing health in her final days, the aches and pains that Natureboy knew about, but failed to get her medical attention for. Even knowing that she had this heart condition, although he will claim that he didn't know about it to avoid accountability, as always. Bottom line, Mama Dia was at his mercy in Mexico. She was isolated in the middle of nowhere. As with all the members, she was discouraged from contacting her friends and family. And she was in the carbonation cult for about 3 months before she succumbed to her heart condition. Mama Dia was left at the morgue, just like Zoca's baby, and they went on about their business like nothing happened. She was naked with nothing, not even her ID, because Natureboy refused to give her family any of her belongings. Mama Dia was a soft-spoken, sweet soul. She was seeking enlightenment, but instead, she was misled by a megalomaniac. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you for stopping by.
Okay, yes. This is how I woke up in my tent this morning. Look at right here. I'm going to cut the ends off, the dead ends, the part that I have to take them off so it could do what it needs to do. Yes, so just detach yourself and leave Babylon because she has already been judged. And if you don't want to share in her judgment, yeah, do what is right. Give your pot back to the earth. Give your water back to the earth. Get closer to the sun. Eat right and love yourself. So I'm learning. It's a process. Take care, reflections. Here's my transformation from this morning. It's all gone. All this is natural. It'll do what it's supposed to do naturally. So I'll take you on my journey with my locks. Yes, it's beautiful. It feels so good. I feel so good. Yeah. You can do it too. It'll grow back. It'll grow back better. Naturally. And I'm sorry it took this long, but it's okay. I did it. Welcome back. It's my second morning out in the tropical Cancer, and this is my view from my tent. Look at it, it's beautiful. And this is my tent. I have two views. There's the ocean, and this is my tent. I slept good last night. I gave my pot to the earth early this morning. I know. It was good. It was a good experience. I'm so happy to be able to do that. There's the sun peeking through the clouds. Look at it. It's beautiful. the waterfall. We made it over to the rock. Oh, there's a rock somewhere. Yep. Not the road. Family frequency, and here's my frequency. Yeah. Okay, it's time for Mama Dia to get in. I can't take a full picture myself, but here you go. Family's frequency. And look at the frequency I'm on, you guys. Shit, you can't beat this. See? Whoa. See the waterfall? Yeah.
You're already healed. You gotta come close to me. You come close to me, you get close to Mama, you will be completely healed. You listen to my videos, you eat the fruit, you eat the meal that I tell you to eat. Eat the food that I tell you to eat. I have a meal set regimen for you. It's on my page. If you need me to send it to you, I will send it to you. But you are, yes, I feel your soul. I feel you. I don't know why you caught me at the right time. I haven't had internet in a while, but yes, yes. You're welcome, Mama. Mama's very pleased. Okay, reflection, I'm gonna need you to start eating vegan only. Vegan only, okay? Completely vegan. Do not put anything in your body that has meat or blood in it. Do not put anything in your body that is not vegan or fruit, mostly fruit. But you want to do vegan only, no soy. Make sure you, I sent you the meal regimen, so you can see exactly what you should be eating. And then you're gonna go all natural. Oh, I see you got your natural hair out. Yes, that's good. Wherever you live, you need to get somewhere very hot. You need to get somewhere between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. You need to get there fast because this is gonna heal you. Go on my page and watch the video about what is food. It should be there. It's just did it yesterday. It's called What is Food.
You get in tune with the sounds of nature when you're in the jungle. The color green itself is psychologically heals the body. I'm not playing with you. You're supposed to be sleeping on the ground. If you can't sleep on the ground right now, get you a grounding kit, an earthing kit. Go to Amazon.com, put an earthing kit, get a grounding kit. Go to YouTube, watch a movie called Grounded. It's Grounded movie. Watch that movie. It'll give you all the knowledge and information. I'm not playing. If you go to Natureboy Grounded, you'll see videos I've done where I showed you an electrical body voltmeter, where I showed you as soon as you touch the earth, literally just with a finger, your body goes to be, every cell in your body, all the cells in your body starts, the mucus in your body, inflammation in your body starts to go down.
Yeah.
I don't care what disease you have, whether it's HIV, herpes, soon as you touch the earth, soon as you eat from the earth, soon as you live in harmony with the earth and get rid of them people that you stressing out arguing with. Soon you decide to live and be in harmony with the universe.
With leaving Babylon and some of my experience. I know, like, for older people, it might seem hard to, leave their family, or some might have on their minds about, sickness, heart problem, high blood pressure, things like that, getting to the doctor, things like that, you know. Welcome to the room, Barry. Yes, and one thing from my experience, you know, I had heart failure years ago, and I had been taking pills for that. But the thing about moving, you're gonna heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you. The thing about moving, you're gonna heal your DNA. If you get closer to the tropics to get that direct sun, it will help you heal, and it will heal you. And naturally, there's a fear, especially if you're going somewhere you've never been before, or you don't have any family there. You know, this might be something on your mind as well. And people who are retired or maybe living on a fixed income, you know, just want to let you know that your income will go longer, will go longer here, because it's reasonable to live here. You know, rent isn't expensive, and my suggestion is that you hook up with someone else. If you are an older person, you know, and you feel that you don't think you could leave your family or something like that, if you're vibrating to this frequency, your heart is in your DNA to leave, to do the right thing, to get on the right path and do what is right. To the tropics, between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, you are going to heal yourself. I've been here 2 months and a week. And when I first came, you know, I took like half of my medicine, half of the pills, and I skipped days, you know, a couple of days at a time, and take half. And then, like in 2 weeks, I wasn't taking any. And it's been 3 months now, and I haven't had any effects, you know. Before I did that when I lived in America, and oh my goodness, it took 3 weeks, and I couldn't even hardly walk a block. That's how bad that was. But evidently, you know, my body has been healing, and it's been 3 months. And I just wanted to share that, you know, for those who might be ill or worried about making that transition, you know, to the tropics. All you have to do is to have direct deposit. You can use your debit card here and to get money, you know, to pay for your housing, food, and things like that, you know. If you worried about leaving your family, well, you know, you can't be afraid. When you're on the righteous path, when you want to do what's right, you have to put trust, you know, faith in the universe to take care of you, and it will. But you have to have faith.
So we don't have. I think the important thing too here in coordination is that we put our morals and principle over desires. You know, when I first stopped eating meat, I desired to eat it because that's what all I knew. But then the morals and principle have to come over what we desire and just do what is right. And so I just thought that was good.
Yeah, absolutely. The transition for you has been good. Right?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, you should talk about
My health. I had high blood pressure. I'm still overweight, but I'm working on that. And I was taking medication for my heart, but I don't have that anymore. I've been grounded, eating the right on the B6 diet, so that has helped.
One morning we woke up and Mama Dia didn't wake up with us. And it was a shock on us. We took her to the hospital took her to the coroner, and then You know, it was a lot of paperwork involved, and we had to call her biological family, which was in Honduras and other places around the world. We was getting in touch with everybody. This is why we wanted to make sure that everything happened, and we contacted all of her biological family and honoring her, making sure that her body was sent to them. If they wanted it, her body is being shipped to Honduras. So that's what we were going through, and it was a big shock on the family. It was like, whoa, out of nowhere. You know, the last thing we was thinking of doing is get on social media. They knew what was going on, and they informed us that they understood that she had heart condition for 30 years. And with taking that heart medicine, it probably messed up her heart in a way where it was irreversible. So she went to sleep and went into her next reality and transition. How beautiful is that? With a smile on her face. Pray that you be able to leave that way. She was happy. It's unfortunate that it happened in our camp. Most people would love to blame that on me, and I understand it. But like we said, we were doing everything that was supposed to be done. We got the autopsy. She had a heart condition, and it was irreversible. She had it for 30 plus years. Now, if you know about heart medicine, then you know that heart medicine destroys the heart and its arteries and all of that. And if it was the B6 diet, then a lot of people be dropping dead here. And it just would be, it wouldn't be, it's too many people on the B6 diet. You know, you can't say it was a diet. You can't blame it on us. Babylon will tell you this person died, and then you'll cry, oh my God, they died. And then what? That is not honor. Honor is when you hold the creed and what that person stood for every day. We are Mama Dia. We honor Mama Dia. Honor, to hold to esteem. Who is Mama Dia? Christ conscious. The Christ conscious is here. What she stood for. So many people want to care once they're not there. Ain't that crazy? You're nobody till something happens to you, till you're no longer there. But when she was here, no one worried.
Who knows? She probably felt like, hey, I know my heart going bad. I might as well just go here and live my couple last days over here. Who knows what she was thinking? But we accepted her.
Hello, my name is Isette. My mother is Mama Dia Magdalena. I don't talk very much about something so personal to people outside of my family and close friends. This is a very painful process to go through, and the healing is different for everyone. So there's a lot of healing that has to happen within my own family, with my husband and our kids, with my mom's brother, sister, aunties, uncles, BMOs, cousins, everyone, nieces and nephews, uncles and aunties, and the family and friends that she had. So everyone is healing in a different way. And you may find that we don't speak about this online because, number one, priority is family, tending to the living, and honoring the dead, those who have passed, and taking care and attending to any of the needs that arise related to that. That's number one priority. And so any energy or time able to give emotionally has been directed in those directions. I understand that a lot of people want to know lots of information online about what happened with my mother. She passed away in 2018 in June after being with a group, a U.S. citizen-based group that travels throughout Central America. They call themselves Carbon Nation or Melanation, and the members change frequently. And you may have read or seen stories of people that live there in horrible conditions. She arrived there in April of 2018, and by the end of June of 2018, we received a phone call in the morning from Eligio Bishop stating that my mother had passed away during the night. And so that is what happened to my mom that year. Anything related to that, we have spent our time and energy in trying to resolve. But I think people outside of our family are left wondering what happened and what the details were. Like I said, this is an emotional topic to talk about, and so you will not have seen us online. And so essentially, in July of 2018, beginning of the month, I had contacted the Honduran consulate in Mexico, which is standard protocol. If someone who is traveling overseas or out of the country encounters a crime or a situation, such as my mom did. She passed away, and the report officially says through heart issues. However, the details of what caused those issues have not really been shared by the individuals that were there with my mom. And so certain questions haven't still been answered, not been returned, and in fact, we have refused to return them. And so, as my mom was traveling with this U.S.-based group named Carbon Nation, led by Eligio Bishop, and with a variety of other members' names who I will share in a moment. But as she was traveling with them, since she passed away and as a Honduran citizen, then, I contacted the consulate. And so what we stated was, I want to file a report with the Honduran consulate due to some disturbing facts in this case. My mother, a Honduran citizen, died in Palenque, Chiapas, Mexico, while traveling. The associate she was traveling with is named Eligio Bishop, and he turns her into the morgue in Chiapas, Mexico, without clothing, just her body. And he has stolen and kept all of her ID, passport, phone, and items, including clothing, jewelry, and any possessions that she had while she was traveling with them. Eligio has refused to turn them in, upon me asking many times to return the item of the individual, my mom, who passed away. It seems like a standard procedure to do. And when someone keeps those, that is theft. In addition to that, Eligio recorded the phone calls when calling each of us to tell us that our mother had passed away. He recorded when he called my mom's best friend, which we didn't know at the time that he was recording our phone calls. But as he contacted my mom's best friend, myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and other family members, he recorded their phone calls. In addition to that, which doesn't make sense to me at all, which we did not know at the time when he called us to say that my mom passed away, and we were trying to get information. But he had been recording our calls from the beginning. In addition to that, he's been playing those recordings live as a stream on his social media channels. Eligio, as well as Rambo, Natural, Velvet, Shiva, Tron, they were all individuals that were there. And when I asked for anyone's real name, I kept getting all these nicknames. So I asked Rambo for his real name, and he would not give it. So I'm on the phone with individuals that my mom was staying with and who had seen her last, and no one was willing to give me information. In any case, they said they spoke with police about her death, my mother's death. But when I asked for a name of the officer or a copy of the report, Rambo said that he didn't have one. He didn't get a name or a police report number or a name of the officer that he spoke to. So in addition, I also want to know how I can file a police report in Chiapas for theft of her belongings, as well as further questions as to what my mother was doing the day she passed away, the days leading up to, because after repeatedly asking on the phone what my mom was doing the days leading up to because she usually asks for assistance or she has some sort of signs or symptoms. And so my husband and I have been asking for that information. They all stated that they cannot talk about that right now. They said there was no time to talk about that and that we needed to hurry up and take care of the body. One of our family members was able to officially, legally claim my mother as a relative, so that the funeral director was able to prepare my mother, which means embalm her, and prepare her to be shipped back home to Honduras. Now, when I asked Eligio multiple times to mail my mother's ID, birth certificate, phone, and personal items to me, he said no, they are all keeping it. He had sent threatening things about me and my mother in writing on an online forum. He wrote, "You're dead. Stop worrying about material things. Your mother was dead long before she came down here to us. Don't worry about where we're located. You'll never find us in many lifetimes." And I have printed images of those statements in writing. These were the statements that he made in an online forum while streaming the phone calls of myself, and if not myself, my brother, my mom's husband at the time, and her best friend, family member that he called to tell them that my mom had passed away. He recorded those conversations without their knowledge and played them online in a public forum. But I listed on my report to the consular. Of course, the first one that Eligio turned in my mother without any clothing, and also not including any of her belongings to leave with her when they delivered my mother's body to the morgue. No legal papers for her, nothing. Eligio and the others also left the funeral home very quickly, I found out later. By the time our family was able to talk with the funeral director on the phone, Eligio and the others were gone. During these phone conversations with Eligio and Rambo and Sheba and Velvet and Natural and whoever was on the speaker, which when I asked to speak to my mother's friends, who are my mother's friends? I want to speak to them and see what mom was doing. Then Eligio says, they're all right here. You're on speaker. Her whole family are here. And they're all like, hi, we're all here. Okay, so I hear like 4 or 5 other voices. So some of these individuals were involved in moving my mother after she passed away and taking her to the morgue. But they didn't stay very long. So a lot of the time when we're talking to them, they probably already left. And they kept avoiding our questions that we asked. We wanted more details about what happened because Mom was a very active person before she arrived there. Sure, she did vegan eating before she arrived. She did vegetarian eating before she left to go there. But she was also a manager of a store. She worked 6 days a week. She traveled across the country a couple of times in the last year before she left to go there. So there were some details missing. She isn't just all of a sudden. Now, I did see a video in which she stated she stopped taking her medication. And it's very convenient to be able to capture someone in one moment saying that they stopped taking the medication. As many people know, with any heart medication, people do skip days and feel like maybe they can scale back, and then they switch back on to taking medication. Now, my mother did that from time to time, but she would see if she could not take some for a few days, and then she'd take them again. When my mother traveled to go with this group that we had never met, and who myself and my husband did not trust, none of my family members trusted this group. But when she left with about 2 months worth of medication with her. Now, someone who's traveling to go visit a place and takes that much medication with them is planning to continue to care for their health while they're there. And she made a very specific, conscious choice to make sure to fill that prescription and have those ready for her when she went down there. Okay. So, Eligio's friend Rambo, which I don't know his real name because he did not give one over the phone, claims to have contacted the police. My mother died, like I stated. But he said he did not get the police report number or the officer's name. Well, he just informed me that my mom passed away and she's in a completely different country. Of course, I want to get the names of the people. Like, this is a serious situation. And when I ask for his first and last name, he doesn't say anything. It just becomes crickets. I tell them my uncle is working on going through the proper channels and is handling that. I have the time to speak on this. We are not wasting time doing this. He's handling one thing. So stop interrupting my uncle's conversations or my uncle's calls and let him focus on getting that done and take care of my mother. You guys can talk to me right now. We are here and we can answer these questions. But they would never want to answer them. So it was on July 20th that Eligio played these audio recordings live on his online show. He also showed a written copy of her death certificate online. And you could hear each person crying as they found out my mother passed away. Well, I also just live in the Eligio Bishop is a U.S. citizen that has gotten into trouble throughout Central America, arrested in Costa Rica and fought with police, trouble in Honduras, and he fled, and now Mexico. And that he is a danger and needs to be found professionally. When my mom went to visit Carbonation, she went and landed in Belize. And yet, they moved around quite a bit, to the point that they ended up in Mexico, which was never her first intention, first of all. So apparently this group moved around a lot. We definitely all did. Another thing I'll say, that was planned, like I stated, she took a medication up there for a huge supply. And so she was definitely planning on taking care of her health, even if she was trying out some different eating methods. That was never her intention to just throw everything away and feel like she was at the end of her life, because she wasn't. My mother was only 59 years old. She was very vibrant, like I stated. But in any case, the contact that we had with carbonation was very dangerous. It was very, his interactions with individuals just didn't seem right. And what I noticed is that they tried to have the women look very happy, or the women look like they're doing great. So it kind of makes you feel like maybe this is okay, but the things he says just sounds very idiotic and very overpowering, to the point that you're aggressive and lording over the individuals that you're around in your group. And you definitely never felt comfortable with my mom going down there for anything like this. So in any case, some of the things we asked Eligio during that live stream, I have like 6 different copies of the type of sentences he said. Of course, the live stream, who knows where it went, and all the comments disappear after a while. But what you'll see is we've got quite a few people that liked and loved what Natureboy stated, Eligio Bishop stated that was very cruel and rude. And so a lot of people still support these individuals. And so, you know, we never had a positive reflection or a positive vibration from this group. Always concerned and worried, and very, very sad and heartbroken that my mom is no longer with us. This necklace is actually one of the last things that she gave me before she left. She visited us in 2017, visited lots of family. So we had just very recently seen her, probably like 9 months before she went to carbonation. Some of the things that we didn't know while my mom was there are also disturbing. There are certain things that we found out after my mom passed away. And when that came to light, it made us even more worried and concerned about the circumstances that my mom was living in before she passed, and if she truly had access to the outside world. I'll say this. Number one, upon arriving in Belize, she was supposed to be picked up by someone at the airport, someone from the carbonation melanated group. And instead, she got a phone call, and they said she would have to take a cab out to where they were. Now, we discovered this later on from my mom's best friend. You know, as we have been communicating as a family, is healing in a whirlwind about what just happened, and we're all sharing information, our little tidbits as we start talking. And she stated that, you know, right from the jump, something happened that wasn't right, and she was concerned. And then, so my mom arrives there. Now, my mother, who was very sincere in her journey, who already was eating healthy in her own life, was just taking another, step from what she saw. She had a box of her pots mailed to her down to the carbonation area. And when the box of items arrived, she's like, we're going to cook. They do a cooking show, they're vegan and natural, and so we're going to be using things from nature and the environment. And I figured having some really good quality cooking pots would be great. And instead, when the box arrived, and when she told them that there was a box coming for her, she was scolded. And those are the words that my mom used. That she was scolded for having something arrive, getting mailed to them, because no one's supposed to know where they're supposed to be. And according to Eligio, it's because that way tons of people don't show up there, and then there'd be too many people that want to come to this awesome place. Who scolds someone who's 59 and just showing up with a sincerity to cook with good quality utensils, and then you're going to scold her? And she sounded worried when she contacted her best friend and said, you know what, I need you to not send those items because I just got scolded for having those things being shipped here. Can you please just cancel it? And her friend tried to make arrangements to get it intercepted, but it was already at a warehouse and already at a distribution center, but I think she was able to intercept it. But that was also a red sign. Sign number 2, my mom did not realize that she would not be able to share the address of where she lived, which is concerning to know that they actually tapped and scolded my mother for wanting to bring pots and pans there. And then, like I stated, the third thing, you know, she planned to do video chatting frequently, and that did not occur. And in fact, we found out that the only time she had a phone conversation was 2 times with someone outside of carbonation. She was able to make a phone call 2 times to have an audio phone call in the 3 months that she was there. And also, if she was able to text a message to her friend, our friend here in the United States, my mom's very, very good best friend, when she sent messages to her, my mother asked her, please delete the messages, because I don't know if they'll be able to tell that I was talking to you. We're not supposed to be on our phones. We're not supposed to be contacting people. And so I could get in trouble. So when we're done talking, just delete the Facebook messages from your side, and I'll delete mine because I don't know what still shows up. And so my mom's best friend removes those items. she said that she could tell when she talked to my mom because the conversation was different, where they were talking about personal experiences and like real actual things that my mom talks about. Whereas the other times when my mom's friend would text a message, the messages that came from my mom's supposed Facebook Messenger was very short and like 2 or 3 words, and I love myself or some kind of sentence like that, which is not how my mom talks.
I never knew Mama Dia had a sickness.
You a lying ass nigga, bro.
She came here happy as hell like everybody else in here. You gonna tell me what happened with my shit? You gonna
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You see what I'm saying? You're talking about my life here, and I'm right here in front of you. How are you gonna sit there and talk about my life to me?
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that I have out there that are misunderstandings, and I'm willing to explain them if you're willing to understand them. But if you're gonna take your side of the story and gonna tell me what happened in my life, that shit is crazy. How the hell I'm gonna tell you what happened in your life? Cause I'm a liar. Oh, you gonna believe Young Pharaoh about what happened in my life? Nigga, you out your goddamn mind. I can explain everything that's happening in my life from my perspective, because it happened to me. You can't tell me what the fuck happened in my life. Who the hell are you? I was here. You wasn't. You just using some goddamn allegories and he said, she said to come up with some theory, but I'm the one with the facts.
So when she died, why you didn't tell nobody at first?
Because we had to make sure we contacted the family. We had to make sure we did a lot of things. What the fuck I look like? Oh, she died.
Why you print out that fake? Why you print out that fake death certificate and fill it out yourself?
You got this. Let's get it. Let's get it. What paperwork at?
I'm on 1%.
I'm on got it right. Oh,
my phone is on 1%.
Wait. Oh yeah, I know your phone is on 1%. Let's get it.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
We got the files.
Pull it out.
Here it is.
Why y'all send her home naked? I know you printed that out off Google. You printed that out off Google.
We didn't print this shit out on Google. Look at
Yes,
this
you did. You can pull that up blank. You can pull that up blank on Google.
bro.
What you talking about,
bro?
I'll pull that up right now blank on
You
Google.
wouldn't know, would you? You wouldn't know. You wasn't here.
Okay.
You wouldn't know.
I know she did.
This came from the
I know she died. I know she died because you told her it was all in her mind.
You the truth.
So how did Mama Dia die?
Mama Dia died because she had heart surgery. When I tell you this, Mama Dia had a bad heart. She had a bad heart. It'd be different if you seen people around here dropping dead, but you don't see people around here dropping dead. That was a special case, and so therefore you need that. That's number one. Number one, you don't know what happened. Number one. Number two,
You got her killed. You killed her.
okay, so
You killed her.
You a roach. That's what you is. You was a roach.
How am I a roach?
Are you a vegan?
I didn't come on here to be a roach.
Are you vegan?
Am I vegan?
Yeah.
I'm very much vegan, my dude. Very much vegan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know how I know you're not vegan? Because you repeated the question. You repeated the question before you answered it, which is a clear indication psychologically that you just lied. But I hope you do become a vegan. But if a woman comes here that's
I am a vegan.
If a woman comes here that's 50, almost 60 years old, and she had a heart condition for 30 years, she stopped taking her medicine and started to try to live a healthy life. But the doctors did heart surgery on her before, and the lady had been in and out the hospital her whole life for her heart, and her heart goes bad while she's here. That's not my fault.
Hey, look.
I shouldn't be.
Hey, look. I'm gonna just say one more thing and then I'm out. Hey, look. I'm gonna think.
Before you go into that, can I just explain Mama Dia first so that people could understand what happened?
Go ahead.
Because they want to know about Mama Dia. Okay. There's a lady, she was in her 60s, 50s, and 60s. She had a heart problem for about 30 years. She was watching my teachings, and she wanted to come join us. When she came to join us, she had some medicine. Now, she told us she don't like the medicine. She said, I don't like the way it makes me feel. She said, I don't need it. I didn't really get into her business like that. She's like, I don't really need it. She's been taking it, this is a grown lady. This is a 50-year-old lady. So naturally, if Nikki was to come to me, we would see her with some pills and we'd be like, yo, Nikki, you good? She like, yeah. I like, what medicine is that? What's going on? And Nikki was discreet about it. She was like, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. Like, I have an issue with my heart, but I don't like taking these pills because when I take these pills, they make me feel tired and they make me I want to go out. I want to go to the river. I want to have fun. but then I take these pills, they make me feel bad. So as a grown woman, we're gonna look at Nikki and we're gonna be like, all right, cool. She good. Like, we're not gonna get in Nikki business like that. This was Mama Dia. So nobody gonna tell Mama Dia, like, Mama Dia, you gotta take the medicine or something, because we didn't know her condition. We don't know her condition. She kept it light with us, right? So eventually one day she passes away in a tent. We all sleep in tents sometimes, like, right? So she passes away in a tent. We contact her family. It's no surprise to her family because her family's like, oh, we knew about her heart issue. We knew about everything that was going on with her. And so we was like, all right, cool. We made sure the body got to them in Honduras. We made sure everything we got the autopsy, which shows that she had a heart condition and she had a cardiac condition, right? Nobody else died in carbonation, bro. We're not killing people. You understand what I'm saying? So they took that incident and they keep repeating over and over and over that we killed Mama Dia. But we lost a friend. But she also let us know in her own way that she was coming to us to come to the highest frequency that she can go into the higher realms. So she got close to nature. She got to a higher understanding of consciousness, and then she passed away. Which was, to me, if she had a 30-year heart condition, she was literally going to waterfalls. We was having fun. You should see her last days of her life was absolutely bliss, right? And then she passes. They said that I killed her, and I'm like, no, I didn't kill anyone. We live the way we live here, and that's what happened. But they continue to repeat it over and over, and so I never address it because I think it's rude, and I don't owe nobody explanations when it comes to Mama Dia, which was our friend, and we want her to rest in peace, so we don't give it no attention. So this is the first time I ever even said anything about it. But just to let it be clear, because new people are come along and they start chanting it too, Mama Dia, Mama Dia, Mama Dia. You don't know what happened. You wasn't here. So at the end of the day, with that being said, I want to allow Mama Dia in her form to rest. And I'm not gonna address this never again. What was the age of your cousin?
I don't know her exact age. She's my father's first cousin.
Okay, well, around what age was she?
So my father just hit.
Hold on real quick, number 3. I'm going to mute you right there. How old was she, Nature Boy? She was in your camp. She was a part of your family, so.
No, I'm asking
pretty
her.
Much answer. You can pretty much answer your question.
Can you let us talk, please? Can you let us talk?
Yeah, but I'm going to interject. I am going to interject at any time that I choose to, because you do the same on your platform. So I expect for me to be able to do the same on mine.
We don't do age.
Fairness.
We don't do age here in carbonation. We don't do age.
Okay. So with that being said,
I'm asking her cousin.
We don't do age.
I'm asking her cousin for.
So we're gonna skip that question. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Okay. So she was well off in her 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's just a 60-year-old woman. She knows her own life. She knows what she want to do. She can't be manipulated. This woman is a grown ass woman, and I say that in the sense that she was doing what she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get, because now y'all can't do it because this is a 60-something-year-old woman that decided on what she was going to do with her life. I didn't know about no heart issues at all. When she got here, people told me she had pills. She not taking her pills. And because when people come here, sometimes back then, it was like people would come to me and they would have their own issues going on. I didn't know what was going on with people. I heard she taking pills, and she is like, I don't like taking these pills. They make me feel sleepy. I want to be able to go out into the sunlight. I want to be able to go, and they make me feel drowsy. And so when she said that, this is a 63-year-old woman, 60-something-year-old woman telling us that she don't want to take those pills because they make her feel drowsy. Then she don't want to take them. She's good. She know what she got going on. We don't know. We just met this lady. She got a bag. She got her stuff in there. We like, oh, okay, cool. So we just continue to go as we go. So this is a grown woman. I want you to understand that she's 60-something years old. She's like our mom. She said she didn't want to take that meds. That it made her feel drowsy. It made her feel like lethargic. She didn't want to take it. She been had this heart condition, she said, for 30 years. I said, okay, this lady knows what's going on. I got other things I'm thinking about in the camp. So let that be known as far as what the truth is. Okay? So this woman she made her own decisions, point blank period. Ain't nobody manipulate her or make her. This is a 63-year-old woman. Now I can see how you can say these young people, we can make them victims. We can say, oh, they don't know any better. They're not making their own minds up. You're manipulating them. They're just going on what you said. Okay, I can see that, but a 63-year-old woman knows that's been around for a minute. She knows exactly what she's doing. And so I didn't get her business.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this at this time. When she did die, what did you all do with her body?
We took her to the hospital because we live in Mexico. We in a bush. We live in Mexico. So we took the body out of the tent. We put it in our van because we couldn't call up ambulance because they were protesting on the streets. We took her to the hospital. The hospital would not take the body. So what we did, we took her to the coroner. They said, take her to the coroner. We took the body to the coroner. The coroner did an exam. He said it was the heart. They put the paperwork in. Then we contacted her family immediately, letting them know like what's going on, what happened. Her said, all right, cool, we're gonna come get the body. I said, I bet. So they came to the coroner, they got the body and flew the body back to Honduras to have a funeral. That's exactly what happened.
Okay, so when you went to the coroner, was that who gave you the death certificate? And if so, do you still have the death certificate that you I showed on video of you showing?
It's been a minute ago. We don't have. It was Rambo. Rambo and Key went there. Rambo and Key, they went to.
Okay, they went there, but I showed a video on my live in front of about 1,000 guests, and they seen you in possession of this death certificate. So I want to ask you.
I had a copy of the death certificate back then. Not the death certificate back then.
So you had did you have a copy or an original? And if so, why were copies made?
Well, I think it was the. I don't really know. I know there's the paperwork from the coroner. You gotta understand, it's been years ago. So I'm like, I have so much happen to me, and I'm focused on so many things that.
Okay, so you did make a copy. So you did make a copy of the death certificate.
No, it was the original. I believe it was the original because I don't got a way to make a copy. There's no ways to make a copy at all because at the end of the day, we in the jungle. We was in the jungle, so there was no way to make a copy. So either way.
But you also had a MacBook. But you also had a Mac desktop, if I'm not mistaken, so you could easily make a
lady.
When
they fly the body off, they flew it from the coroner. They know what happened to her. Yo, her family knows what happened.
Hold on. Let's bring it down. I know comment section. Throw them purple hearts in the comments. We're gonna bring the energy down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna control it.
He does not allow people to have medical attention there. And this is why Mama Dia passed away when she was there in carbonation, because nobody is being taken care of properly. You know, everybody's being fucked mentally, but the physical body is like not even a factor.
But you was the statutory influence of why her life ended the way that it did. You influenced her to stop taking her medications. Whether she said that shit verbally out of her mouth that she wanted to stop taking them or not, my nigga, you were the culprit. You actually influenced her to stop taking her medication, you dumb ass nigga. That's why she passed away the way she did. Zoca baby passed the way she did because you had a whole nother intention for her child. You didn't give a fuck about her. You didn't give a fuck about her child. All you gave a fuck about was how you was gonna get rid of that baby so that you could fuck Zoca and potentially get her pregnant.
This lady came to me. She came to me one day. I swear to God, I cried all day that day. I didn't know what to tell the lady. She to me and she said, and I'm gonna talk about this on another live because this is another topic. She came to me and she said, at the time she called me Nana, I believe. She said, my leg is hurting. And I said, have you been taking your medicine? Because I knew that, well, before she came, Natureboy had a conversation with her. I was always outside these conversations. I never did these conversations that he had with other women. When she came, I only knew bits and pieces. I knew she took medicine for her condition. And so when I asked her, was she taking her medicine? She said, yeah, I'll take it every now and then, but only when I feel like I need to. So in that moment, I told her, I was like, well, if you took your medicine and you still feeling, some kind of way, I think you should just ground. That's what I told her. I said, you should ground. You should just ground. And I said, or if you really feel like something is wrong, you should talk to Natureboy, because he has the control. He has the authority. There was nothing that I could have did for Mama Dia other than go to Natureboy and tell her she needs to go to the hospital. So when I told her that, she knew she couldn't go, or she felt like she couldn't go. I felt her fear of going to Natureboy and even talking to him about taking her to the doctor or taking medicine or whatever it is that she needed, and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing, and by the time you know it, she passed away. A couple days later, from that initial moment when she told me that her leg was hurting, and I'm not no nurse, so I don't. If somebody come to me with some medical situation, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know what's going on with them. And you know what? You know what? You know fucking what? I was pregnant. I was pregnant when Mama Deal was there. And that lady took care of me. I swear to God, that lady took care of me. And it wasn't no take care of me because she wanted to get close to Natureboy. She took care of me because she seen what I was going through. That lady was an Aquarius. That lady was an Aquarius Sun, Cancer Moon, just like me. That lady had the same heart that I had. She didn't want none of that. She didn't want none of that shit to go on in carbonation. None of it. And she did what she could. But before she could even leave, she passed away because of Natureboy's negligence. Because of Natureboy's negligence. Tanisha Malika just got out the hospital off of her deathbed because of Natureboy. Because of him. Not because of me. Not because of somebody else. Not even because of her, but because of him. Because of the shit he put her through.
She died at night. It was like she died throughout the night, so I guess she died in her sleep. They said it was like a mini, like a heart attack. On the paper when to go get a autopsy. So by the time we seen her or we saw her, she was already, the blood had already filled out into the capillaries, and she was already gone. So we called the ambulance. We get her to the autopsy room. It was like, it's nothing that we can do other than get this process going. So me and Rambo was the ones that was out with her at the time. True was there too when we went to go take her to the autopsy place. So, but True left. Well, we first went to go take her. They said we had to take her back because there's nothing that they can do. So then we took her to the autopsy place next. So then it was just me and Rambo. Officially, it was me, Rambo, and True at first. Because they said there's nothing they can do because she's already gone. So it's like, there's nothing we can do. You got to take her to get an autopsy. And, we went to this little spot to get an autopsy stuff. So we contact the police. We give them, it's me and Rambo now. So we give them her wallet, her passport, and some paperwork that she had. We gave it over to the cops or the police when we went to the police station after they did the autopsy, and they took it from there. We tried to contact her family. First it was me and Rambo contacting her. We was like, all right, we're gonna try to get this done. We went to the autopsy. There was like her uncle or somebody already had it taken care of. It's like her family already got it taken care of. Don't worry about it. All right, cool. We did. So what happened was she was I think it was her daughter, I want to say, was talking to Natureboy specifically. So nobody there was a part of that conversation. So that conversation went left from what I know. After something happens, it's a stage. We got to go talk about it before, before they get a hold of it. So I didn't know the facts of it, like as far as her being on the medication and stuff like that. That was conversation that she was having personally with Natureboy. So not many people knew about it unless she was talking about it on the live or something like that. Nobody knew the ins and outs of it because she went to him personally to get there and personally to talk to all the time. And from what I heard, she was having pains prior to it happening. And she said she complained about her leg, something like leg pain or something. And the next day or the next couple of days after that, she was gone. So I don't know exactly what he said to her personally, but it wasn't anything to be urgent that we would get her help. It was just kind of like, I didn't know about it until later. Somebody else told me the story about what happened, about her going to him and telling her about the leg pain or whatever was going on. I didn't know about that until like after we left type shit. That's the truth behind it. Everybody was just looking in shock. And everybody was just looking in shock. Somebody was like, yo, where Mama Dia at? And it was like, go check on Mama Dia. And that's when Natural and I can't remember who went with them, went to go check on it. And they came back, it was like, she ain't looking too good. I was like, what you mean? So everybody walked outside, and as we walked in, everybody just was standing around the tent. So I unzipped it, see what was going on. I looked in there, she's laying there. I hop in, go check everything, and I'm like, and that's how that went.
Was dear to me. She was such sweet, when she first came there, because I was there when she first, showed up, no one else was really there. It was just me and Natureboy at that time, and she was there, and she was so sweet, she was so sweet. She had medication and such like that, and at that point in time, it was said like, she didn't want to take it. She really didn't want to take the medication or whatever. So, we're like, all right, cool. But there was no extensive research or extensive questions asked about her health. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I wish I could have done, is asked more about, the health and the state of her. Because if someone's on medication and they're coming to the tribe, but they say they don't want to take the medication, you should really, ask further questions, because, that person is in your life now. And that person, it's their life, you feel what I'm saying? But it's also your life. So if someone comes into your reality, if someone comes into your personal, space and says, I don't want to take medication or whatever, you should be like, okay, well, why don't you want to take this medication? Is there a reason? And even on top of that, what are your conditions? What's going on? Let's get the details behind, why, and what you're even taking the medication for before you just make a decision and you're in my personal space, because this could be something that could be costly down the road, and if I had done my own due diligence, and if I had been more attentive and more aware and more paying attention to the details, I would have asked those questions, and I definitely would have had a voice and have spoken up, but I didn't, and that's something right there that I hold myself accountable for, because I definitely should have spoken up in those moments.